W9 AMS, W9 TTX.
TTX, how are you this morning, this evening?
And I didn't hear you all day in the radio. I had a long conversation with Dan, and I thought you'd jump in, but you weren't on here. What's going on?
And, I just let you guys talk. I did happen to hear where he was saying that he couldn't hear you. He only caught part of the conversation, and I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that may have happened when I was trying to work on my computer. I was trying to get that gentleman's call sign up because he asked me about it. That could have happened during that time, I don't know. I think you just cut out the first part of your conversation. You want to run over to digital?
You weren't out in the cold today, were you? No, well, it was for a little bit this morning, but that's about it. I had to go to the VA this morning, and I came home, and I've been in ever since. So how did the doctor's appointment go? Well, the little blood spot I've got in the back, that aneurysm is still there. It's not, hasn't changed, so he gave me a different prescription, so I'll be getting some new glasses, and I'm just going to start taking better care of my eyes, I think. Back to you. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there's not much you can do. You know, what happens in the back of your eyes, you probably have to watch your sugar levels, make sure that they don't get too high. And that's about it. Maybe he just told you differently. No, he asked me if I was diabetic, which I'm not.
Mike, K9RFD Repeater. Okay, we'll do so. Thanks, Mike. This is K9RFD Repeater to all stations. We are going to be moving the Friday Night Fun Net to the 147.195 repeater. I repeat, we are moving the Friday Night Fun Net to the 147.195 repeater. I'll be calling the net in 3 minutes. This is K9RFD Repeater. Clear, switch to 195. K9MED, K9MED, K9RFD Repeater. Okay, we'll be here. We'll start the net here in about 2 to 3 minutes. The K9RFD Repeater. We'll be standby. Okay, sounds good. Thanks. K9MED, K9GCR. Start recording.
Okay, Jimmy, this is KD9MED. We are live streaming.
Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located here at Freeport. I'll be your net control station this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when the situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is to provide an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody is welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8. Plus, all set, you need to have that programmed in your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check into the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency, the straight 195 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you into the net. This net is being live streamed throughout the world on the internet. So if you're going to check it on the internet, Mike, K9MED Don Rochelle is doing this. Send your check-in to him, and he will, in turn, will relay your internet check-in to me on the radio. Also, if you're on the sticks, if you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it, you don't have Facebook, you don't have internet, or if you're not able to hear the repeater very well, you can't get into it due to conditions, give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 811-FN 2323636, the whole did have one check-in on the hotline that was Pat K9SD in Warren, Illinois. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time of all stations. You can't stay for the net for obvious reasons. You got family, you got concentrated driving. We'll take your short time of all station. If you have traffic, you do your traffic right away. And after that, we'll do general check-ins. First, we'll do general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll do general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check into the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides at Amfest or marathons. Be careful so I don't we'll do our regular meetings. This portion of technical questions. If you have a problem with your power supply or amplifier, confidentiality, you want to put up with your tower. Technical questions, please feel free to answer them. We'll try our best to acknowledge them. We'll answer them for you, just like we did last Friday night. Then we'll do the W9 Gene Duncan DX corner. This is an honor of late friend and colleague Gene Duncan, W9GD, King of DX. Every time pass along. The topic tonight. We're in the cold weather regime now. We're having below zero stuff and what have you. I'm going to ask everybody just like I do when we have a big heat wave. What do you like? Do you like the 10 to 20 degree below zero temperatures, or do you like the 95, 100 degree hot and humid conditions of the good old summertime? And we'll see what happens here. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobile stations I'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9GCR, W9JTC gonna check in short time tonight, Jimmy. Have a great net, sir.
November 9, Golf Bravo Papa, Greg in Rockford. I'm going to be short time tonight, Jimmy.
Alpha 9, Victor Uniform. Michael in Janesville, short time. Have a nice evening.
Okay, I got 3 stations checked in. W9JTC, Jamie in Rockford, a short time. Thank you for checking in. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. N9GBP, Greg in Rockford, checked in short time. I'll get back. That's right, you're checking in short time. 73, have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. 8A9VU, Mike in Janesville, checking in short time. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Mike, we'll talk to you next week. Thank you for checking in. Jamie, before I let you go, how is your wife doing?
Jimmy, she's doing okay. We got back from Sycamore around noontime. They took the sutures out, so that was a relief. Still not healing, still healing okay, but he wants to keep an eye on it. But we got to go back in 10 days. He just wants to keep an eye on it. But she's making progress, and that's a good thing. He says that the flexibility looked good and nothing's moved, so we're happy and content with that. Anyway, thank you, Jimmy. Back to you, sir. Have 73s and have a great night.
You're welcome, Jamie. Thank you for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net. She'll come home eventually. That's all there is to it. Thank you for checking in. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Are there any more short-time remote stations who'd like to check into the net this time? Please call now.
Alpha India 9 Romeo.
AI9R. Okay, Tom, I've got you checked in. 73. Have a good evening. How did you went to the funeral service for Herb Eckstein? How did that? I'm sure there were very many people there. Is that correct?
There was a lot of people there, but there was only 5 hams, over.
How do you like that? Only 5 hams. Oh, boy. Well, I guess the weather has a lot to do with it, too. Okay, Tom, 73, thank you for checking in. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Any more short-time mobile stations would like to check in? Please call now. N9DLB, Big Dave here in Freeport, about a mile east of me. Okay, Dave, I've got you checked in. 73, have a good evening and enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Any more short-time mobile stations I'd like to check in? Please call now.
9FBJ, Rockford, Illinois. Scott's name, and we'll be short time.
N9SBJ, Scott in Rockford, got you checked in, Scott. Thank you for checking in. 73. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you down the log. Any more short-time mobile stations I'd like to check in? Please call now. Unable to copy. Last station trying to check in. I'm going to need some stations, somebody to relay. I was not able to copy you at all. Let's try that one more time, please. You might want to increase your power or change the location.
KD9OPC.
KD9OPC, Bill in Pecatonica. Okay, Bill, I've got you checked in. Thank you for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Any more short-time mobile stations I'd like to check in? Please call now. Okay, it was good to have a station for Pecatonica check in. That's great. Okay, being no more short-time mobile stations, we'll now move to general check-ins. At this time, I'll take any general check-ins from northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net. Please call now.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe.
K9NW,
I'm in Roscoe.
Okay, I got two stations checking in at the same time. Larry, H9GO, was that you trying to check in?
No, it was another Roscoe station. There were two more Roscoe stations there that were checking in, I believe.
All right, I recognize that other voice. That's Kurt, KD9N, also from Rockford, from his new broadcasting from his new QTH in Roscoe. Kurt, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes at the roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more stations from northern Illinois would like to check in the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle.
I'm in Roscoe.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe.
KD9GO, Larry and Rockton.
Got to acknowledge you're checking. KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. I've got you checked in. We'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Along with H9GO, KD9N, and AC9NW. I got all four of you checked in. We'll get back to you in a few minutes at the roundtable, and thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois with the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle.
I'm in Loves Park.
Come on.
WX9RLT, Ricky Loves Park, no traffic.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle.
PL4, Loves Park.
Man. KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle.
Okay, sorry about that. I got four stations checked. AE9JF, Jim and Loves Park, have got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. WX9RLT, Ricky and Loves Park, I've got you checked in. We'll get back to you a few minutes for the roundtable. Thank you for checking in. KC9QPL, Paul, also in Loves Park, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes for the roundtable, and thank you for checking in. KD9MED, Mike, Don, Rochelle, who's live streaming this net on the internet, as well as recording this net on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page for future replay. Thank you for checking in, Mike. I'll get back to you a few minutes at the roundtable, and thank you for checking in. Are there any more stations in northern Illinois who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, you know what? While I'm at it, K9 KDT called me on the phone. He's not able to participate tonight, so he asked me to put him down as an honorary check-in, which I got him checked in. He's the king of CW. Make sure you tune into the respective CW nets immediately following the respective 2-meter nets on this repeater, as well as on the 6-1 repeater on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursday nights. Okay. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay. We got a good turnout from northern Illinois. Now let's see if we can get a good turnout from southern Wisconsin. 8 stations in southern Wisconsin would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
K9ZIP, Joe in Janesville.
Okay, hold on. Joe, I accidentally keyed the keto up over you. K9RGG, Norman Orfordville. I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Joe, come back with your call. I accidentally keyed up over you. Try it again.
Oh, that's okay. That's Kilo 9 Zulu India Papa, K9ZIP.
Okay, K9ZIP, K9ZIP. That's a pretty cool call. Joe, in Wisconsin, I've got, in Janesville, I've got you checked in, Joe. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Day? Please call now.
Hey, Jimmy, this is Tom up here in Janesville. WI9, Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot. Tom here in Janesville. I have no traffic tonight there, Jimmy.
This is Case 9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. WI9WTF, Tom in Janesville, I've got you checked in, Tom. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins in southern Wisconsin with the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, it's Friday Night Fish Fry night in Wisconsin. Despite the weather, everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, bullhead, northern pike, walleye, muskie, or crappie. Those of you in the Milwaukee area are eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and Braunschweiger. Of course, your cheese lovers are eating some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. The lakes are frozen solid up there, so you guys will be doing your ice fishing this weekend. You'll be taking your shanties, your generators, your food, your beer, your TVs, and what have you. Good luck. I hope you catch a lot of fish. When you take your HDs with you so you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay. At this time, do we have any stations from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin who'd like to check in? Please call now. Okay, this is Case 9GCR, net control of the Friday Night Fun Net. Let's see. The only traffic I have, the State Line Apps Radio Club will be holding a BE testing session. It will be taking place 2 weeks from tomorrow. It'll be on February 5th at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. If you want more information, contact Brandon and KD9LOA. Make sure you take fill out your 605 form and fill in your PIN number. So that's it. So okay, again, BE testing session Saturday, February 5th at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. Put on by the State Line Apps Radio Club. If you want more information, contact Brandon K9LOA. Does anybody have any traffic that they'd like to pass along for the net? Okay, let's go. Now we're going to go to W9UIJ Carl's Corner. This is in honor of the old Tuesday evening tech net, which Tony, K9RFD, and Carl, W9UIG, used to run on the 145-110 Repeater in Monroe, Wisconsin. It was on Tuesday night. He started this net back in 2014. We went for about a couple of years, for several years, until a couple years ago when due to lack of participation, we decided to close it down. The late Carl Larson, W9UIJ, used to have a segment called Carl's Corner. He would read stuff from the different books and magazines about theory, propagation, anything related to ham radio. Does anybody have any questions Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? Do you have any technical questions? We'll try to answer them for you. Anybody have any technical questions they'd like to bring before the net? Okay, no technical questions, so we'll move on to W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner. This is an honor of our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time he checked into this net, he always had a DX report. Does anybody have any DX reports that you'd like to pass along at this time? Okay, we're moving right along here, so no DX report, so we'll move on to SWAPnet. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to the hobbies of ramps, radio, or computers. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. You may mention the price over the air, but any haggling should be take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any SWAPnet traffic at this time? Okay, well, then let's move right along here, folks. So we'll get right into the round table. Let's see. What kind of weather do you like? This kind of weather, where it's snow and cold or below zero, or would you have the 95 to 100 degree temperatures of the good old summertime? Let's go with Mike, KD9HKX. Mike, what do you say? Do you like this weather, or do you like the hot weather?
KD9HKX, this is Larry, Jim. I really prefer the cold weather myself. I need hot weather if I'm going to grow tomatoes, but if it's just for comfort, I much prefer the cold weather. I'd take a day like today over a 90-degree day any time. Back to you. Case9GCR, KD9HKX.
Okay, Larry and Roscoe, I got you down for cold weather, and we're going to do a survey, and towards the end of the net, we'll see who came out on top, the hot weather people or the cold weather people. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for your checking in there. H9GO, Larry and Roxton, what do you say? You like the hot weather or the cold weather?
Hey, when you say cold, I'm thinking that really around here we don't get that cold. I was at my daughter's up in Quebec a couple of years ago. It got down to 40 below zero. That's when I found out that 40 below is the same in Celsius as it is in Fahrenheit. And that's what I call cold. So I think we got it pretty good around here generally. And I kind of prefer this climate over Florida, which gets super hot, or California, which gets super hot. And I definitely wouldn't want to have the 40 below. That's it's okay for a week. That's enough. Anyhow, back to net. AC9GO.
Yeah, those Canadian winters can be very tough there. That's for sure. Of course, the same for the Minnesota and the Dakotas and Montana or what have you there. So, yeah, I suppose up in Vermont and New Hampshire, and Maine too. So, okay. All right, I put you down as being in the cold weather column. So, okay, sounds good, Larry. Thanks. KD9M, Kurt and Roscoe. What do you say? Would you rather run a furnace or would you rather run an AC?
KC9GCR, Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway. Good to hear you, Jimmy, and good evening to everyone. On the fun net, everyone sounds good. If I had a choice, I think I'd probably take the colder weather. I don't like warm weather very well, and so I would take the cold weather to a point. Obviously, when it gets down to like minus 30, as we had, a couple years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was, that's bitter cold, and I didn't like that necessarily, but between the two, I think I'd take cold weather. I'll turn it back to you, Jimmy, and I'll be listening for a bit. KC9GCR, KE9N.
This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in the Rockford, transmitting Friday Night Fun Net January report. Okay, Kurt, sounds good. Thank you for your participation, and your signal is really good tonight from your new QTH. Sounds good. AC9NW. Tom and Roscoe, what do you say? Do you like this weather, or would you rather have 95 to 100 degree temperatures?
Well, I'll balance things out a little. I've always been a warm weather person. I never really minded the heat that much. Even when I was a kid, I used to go out and play in 95 degree weather, and it never bothered me. I sweat a lot, but didn't feel that uncomfortable. And when it's cold, I just don't feel like even moving. I just want to roll up into a ball and try to keep warm. So I'll go with the heat. AC9NW, back to net.
Got you checked in. Thank you. And you prefer the heat? Okay, sounds good. That's the first person. It's 3-1 in favor of the cold weather. So okay. So, thank you. Thank you for checking in there, H9 and NW. Southern E. Have a good evening. AE9KF, Jim in Loves Park. What do you say? Do you like this weather, or would you rather have the hot weather?
AE9JF, good evening, Jimmy, good evening, everyone. Well, let me just say, or let me quote Dr. Seuss, who was better at this than I am. And he said, I do not like the cold and snow, I do not like the wind to blow. I do not like the ice on the ground, I do not like it all around. I do not like it here or there, I do not like it anywhere. Being born and raised in Virginia, I find the people up north very warm, kind, and friendly. But the wind and the snow, not so much. So I think I pretty well expressed my opinion on what I prefer. AE9JF, back to net.
Oh, okay, Jim, sounds good there. We got you 3-2 in favor of the cold. So, okay, we thank you for checking in there, Jim. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Okay, Ricky, WX9RLT. I'm not going to ask the question because I know what kind of weather you prefer. So I'll put you down where we are tied at 3-3 in favor of the cold and heat. It's tied. So, Ricky, what else is going on in your world?
Hey, Jimmy and everybody out there. You guys going to say, tie that baby up. Yeah, not too much going on here, just kind of kicking back, and good to hear everybody out there. You know, this winter I can't complain, though. I know tomorrow we're going to get a little bit of snow, but other than that, man, you know, if the winters stay this way, you know, I might be changing my mind the next few years. But good to hear everybody out there, and yep, mark me down for warm.
Okay, you're marked down that way. Well, I knew, in all the times I've done this, you always said you favored the warm weather, so that's why I put you down there. So, okay, sounds good there, Ricky. We'll get back to you I'm sure, well, you'll be here for the trivia segment and what have you. And by the way, I forgot to mention, we will do a trivia segment tonight. We didn't do it last week. So, okay. KC9QPL, Palm Loves Park. Do you like the heat or the 95 and 100 degree weather, or do you like this weather?
KC9QPL, Paul here. Well, I don't really like either one. I like it in the middle there, about, say around 40 degrees, whatever you call that. We'll say 73 and be clear.
KC9GCR. This is K9F, David, Mobile and Blight tonight, no traffic.
Okay, AK9F, David Boyd, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a couple minutes here. Okay, K9QPL. Okay, Paul, I put you down as in between. 7-3, have a good evening. And enjoy your weekend. Talk to you on the Monday night net here. So, okay, Dave, AK9F, you're probably on the road. You're probably a mobile or stuff. What do you like the cold weather or do you like the hot weather?
I will agree with the last person. The middle of the road type weather is best for me, where it's like around 45 to 80.
Okay, sounds good, Dave. I got you down as in between. Thank you for checking in the Friday Night Fun and enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. K9MED down Rochelle. What do you say? Do you like this weather, or would you rather have the hot and humid weather?
KD9MED, Mike here. Well, I used to like the winter a lot, but about 15 years ago I started changing my mind and kind of leaning towards nicer or warmer weather. Nothing wrong with a little bit of snow, as long as it's not brutally cold. I don't like it blistering, muggy hot either, but prefer it to be warmer weather. That's what I like. KD9MED, back to net.
Okay, Mike, I've got you down. Okay, 4-3 in favor of the heat, 2 stations are in between. Okay, Mike, thank you for all you do. We'll get back to you sometime later on during the net. So, okay, Norm, K9RGG in Norbertville. What's going on with you? What do you like this kind of weather, or would you rather have it hot?
KC9GCR, KC9RGG. Jimmy, I will put myself down for the cold. I can always put on an extra sweater, and I like to throw another log into the wood-burning stove and hug it real good to stay warm during the winter. During the summer, you can always take the clothes off, but let me tell you, Jim, naked radio for me is not a very cute sight. KC9GCR, KC9RGG, back to net.
Okay, Norm. I got you put down as for a cold. So it's tied 4-4 between the heat and the cold, and 2 stations in between. So okay, Norm, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun in. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Okay, Joe, K9ZIP in Janesville. What do you like? Do you like this weather, or would you rather have the hot and humid conditions?
This is K9ZIP. Yeah, this is great weather right now. It's been a great winter. We don't have a lot of snow. We got a little bit of snow. It's been staying above zero for the most part. I don't like it when it gets below zero, but I like the cold weather better. It's easier. You can put on as much clothes as you want, like last station was talking. I don't mind the warm weather, but when it starts getting up in 85 plus, I don't enjoy that at all. So I'll take the winters. Although by the end of winter, if there's a lot of snow, I'm usually ready for spring. K9ZIP, back to net.
Okay, Joe, I've got you down as being for the cold weather. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The cold weather leads 5 to 4 with 2 stations in between. So, okay. Sounds good, Joe. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your weekend. W9WGF, Tom in Janesville. What do you like? Do you like the warm weather or do you like the cold weather? W99WGF, Tom, are you still with us?
Yeah, Jimmy, go ahead.
Tom, I'm asking everybody, do you like this kind of weather or would you rather have it 95 to 100 degrees in the summertime?
Ooh, good question there, Jimmy. I don't know. I guess if I was forced, I'll take the cold over the heat. You can always turn the heater on. You can always, like I said, in the summer, you're just hot and sweaty, and I think I'll take the cold over the heat.
This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting Friday Night Fun Net that we're in Freeport. Okay, Tom, I'll put you down for the cold weather. Thank you for checking in. 1, 2, 3, 6 to 4 in favor of the cold weather with 2 stations in between. Okay, this is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, you know where I'm at with this one. Heat. I like the good old summertime. I like the hot and humid weather. At least whoever heard of bundling up 8 degrees? So that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 6 to 5 in favor of the cold weather, 2 stations in between. Okay. That concludes my list. Are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
K9GCR. Here is K9YI, Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee India, got it in roll.
K9YI, okay, Scott. I can hear you, but there's quite a bit of noise with your signal, but at least I'm hearing you through the repeater. What is going on with you?
Well, our friends just left, and so we're back on the radio here a little bit this evening. And I'm trying to remember what I told you last July when you asked the same question. I don't know. I may reverse what I said last July. I'm gonna vote for the hot weather. I can take the warm weather better than this cold weather. Over.
Okay, I've got you in case anybody did not hear that. Scott, K9YI in Monroe likes the heat. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's tied 6 to 6. With 2 stations in between. 6 stations like, including myself, like the hot weather. 6 stations like the cold weather. We got 2 stations in between. So, sounds good. What, Scott, what else is going on with you?
Oh, nothing too much. Just staying in, hibernating, trying to not go out any more than we have to.
That's the way it is with me, Scott. I have not been outside since Tuesday afternoon when I had to go get groceries. So I've been staying in these past 3 days. If everything goes well, I might go out to maybe go next door to Kentucky Fried Chicken and Long John Silver tomorrow. It's supposed to be a warmer. We'll see what happens. Also, Dave, K9YE checked in as an early bird check-in, and Pat Camp 9SD with my first check-in checked in on the phone. So, Scott, thank you for checking in. You have a good evening. We'll talk to you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday night.
Sounds real good, Jim. Have a good evening, and we'll look for you Sunday. This is KD9YI. I'll be clear.
Okay, that's Scott, K9YI. He's net control operator with the Greene County Aries Racing Net, which meets every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe. PL of 123.0 minus offset. It depends on how many check-ins he gets. It's a combination of Aries Racing and the Ragju net, but that's a good net. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. Okay, any more stations would like to check in the Friday Night Fun net, please call now.
Whiskey Bravo 9er, Papa Charlie Alpha. Please come aboard, Ron and Roscoe.
W9PCA in Roscoe, got you checked in. We're talking about the hot weather versus cold weather. Now, what do you prefer this kind of weather, or would you rather have it 95 to 100 degrees with a heat index of 90?
I'm a cold weather guy. I like cold weather camping, no bugs, and I'd rather have it cold, yep.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. What else is happening with you?
Not much. Just got home. Enjoying the night. Back to you.
Okay, WP9PCA in Roscoe. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun net. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Let's see. Let's count the tolls here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stations like the cold weather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stations, including myself, like the warm weather, and 2 stations in between. Okay, are there any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now.
November 9 Zulu Uniform Tango Jeff, Rockford, no traffic.
N9ZUT, hello, Jeff. Good signal tonight. I'm asking everybody, which kind of weather do you prefer? This kind of weather, or would you rather have it 95 to 100 degrees in the good old summertime?
Definitely would like summer. I'm getting too old for this cold weather.
I hear you. I don't blame you. Okay, what else is going on with you, Jeff?
We're just listening to some country music on iHeart radio. I've got an app that's on my phone, and I also got it on one of my computers in my office. So just sitting back and listening to the net and listen to music.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, Jeff. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend, enjoy listening to that country music. Okay, are there any more stations that I check in the Friday Night Fun net this time? You're coming home from your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or the show. If you've you've just turned your radio on, or you've been copying the mail for the last 45 minutes, this is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun net from anywhere in the region. With or out traffic, please call K9GCR.
KD9EPZ.
K9EPZ. Okay, Al, I've got you checked in, and I'm sure you've been listening to that. What kind of weather you prefer? This weather, or would you rather have it 95 to 100 degree temperatures?
Well, that depends. When I lived in Arizona, 9,500 degree temperatures didn't bother me at all because there's no humidity. Here at the humidity, it's rough. But would I rather have that or rather have the sub-freezing temperatures like we have now? I think I'd rather have the heat.
Oh, got you put down that way. I just wanted to let you know, for the past few nights, the night watch net wasn't hardly coming in with worth a hoot this week. That was about it.
I know. And my problem, I think I told you, my radio's got a problem where it lost most of its about 3/4 of its transmit power on 440, and I haven't decided if I want to be about a radio to get it fixed, or I don't use 440 that much. I can still get in the 440 repeater in Dixon. I can still get in the 440 repeater in Rockford. So for the FM38. So I don't know if I'm going to get it fixed.
I understand how you feel. You really don't want to spend any money on some with a feature you don't really use that much. I don't blame you whatsoever, Al.
What I did do though, I did put a new microphone on this radio. I don't know if you can tell a difference or not, but just to give you an idea, my furnace is running right now. Can you hear it?
I don't know. All I hear is the sound of your voice. I don't hear anything else.
Okay, well that's the difference between my D104. This is a Ohio ICM.
Okay, well that radio, that mic works great there. So okay, Al. Hey, thank you for checking in. I'm sure we'll hear from you like during the trivia segment we're going to be doing here in a few minutes. Okay, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net, by the way. Okay, the count says 8 stations, 8 to 7 in favor of the hot weather people, including myself, with 2 stations in between. Thank you for checking in, Al. Any more stations you want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, what we'll do now is we'll just go ahead. You know what? Before we get to the trivia section, something that I have not done for the past couple of nets here. We didn't read the DX Code of Conduct and the the Amateur's Code, DX Code of Conduct, and the Contester's Code of Ethics. We'll start first with the DX Code of Conduct. Let me reset. Okay, DX Code of Conduct. 1. I will listen and then listen again before calling. 2. I will only call if I can copy the DX station properly. 3. I will not trust the DX cluster and will be sure of the DX station's call sign before calling. 4. I will not interfere with the DX station nor anyone calling and will never tune up on the DX frequency or in the QSX slot. 5. I will wait for the DX station to end a contact before I call. 6. I will always set my full call sign. 7. I will call and then listen for a reasonable interval. I will not call continuously. 8. I will not transmit when the DX operator calls another call sign, not mine. 9. I will not transmit when the DX operator queries a call sign not like mine. 10. I will not transmit when the DX station requests geographic areas other than mine. 11. When the DX operator calls me, I will not repeat my call sign unless I think he has copied it incorrectly. 12. I will be thankful if and when I do make a contact. 13. I will respect my fellow hams and conduct myself so as to earn their respect. And number 14 is not the official part of the code, but this is what Carrie K9MED suggested. Number 14, I will send a QSL card to the DX operator to confirm my contact with the station. That's the that's the DX code of conduct. Okay, now we'll read the contester's code of ethics. 1. I will learn and obey the rules of any contest I enter, including the rules of my entry category. 2. I will obey the rules for an amateur radio in my country. 3. I will not modify my log after the contest by using additional data sources to correct call sign /exchange errors. 4. I will accept the judging and scoring decisions of the contest sponsor as final. 5. I will adhere to the DX code of conduct in my operating style. 6. I will yield my frequency to any emergency communications activity. 7. I will operate my transmitter with sufficient signal quality to minimize interference to others. That's the contester's code of ethics. Speaking of DXing and contesting, I forgot to mention next weekend is Winter Field Day. Next Friday night, I will do a special edition of the Friday Night Fun Day, Winter Field Day. I'm going to ask everybody, what are they going to be doing this next weekend? Are they planning on going anywhere to do Winter Field Days, or are they going to be operating from home, like I will be doing? So that's next Friday night. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get my papers organized here. One moment, please. Okay. At this time, are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, this is number 6 of the 30 original radio nut jokes. This is Justin, K9FBO. This is his all-time favorite radio nut joke. I'm going to read it. You know you are a radio nut when you absolutely need a radio with thousands of channels. Even though you live in a town with 3 cops and a volunteer fire department, and the airport is 350 miles away. That's Justin, K9FBO, the all-time favorite radio nut joke. That's number 6 of the 30 original radio nut jokes. If you have a homemade radio nut joke you want to pass along, give me a call here on the radio or during the net or on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. The homemade radio nut jokes are better than the 30 original ones anyway. At this time, do we have any more stations who would like to check in? Please call now. Okay, it's 8 to 7 in favor of those who like the heat, and 8 stations like the heat, 7 stations like the cold, 2 stations in between. Before we go to the Friday Night Fun Net Trivia, any more stations who want to check in, please call now.
KC9RGG with a comment.
Go ahead, Norm.
Say, Jim, I'd gone back upstairs and I was heading for the sack as I usually do. But if you happen to have a window that looks out to the east, and for everybody else on the net tonight, take a look at that wonderful moon rising.
Okay, sounds good. We'll definitely do that. Let's see. It was full. Monday, Tuesday night, it was definitely full. But yeah, it's always a pleasant sight to see the moon rise. Well, especially during the winter months when it rises in the northeast. During the summer months, of course, it rises in the southeast and it's low in the sky. Whereas during the winter months, the moon is high in the sky. So, okay, thanks for the information, Norm. K9GCR of the Friday Night Fun Nets on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. It must be cloudy here because I've just looked out the window. I don't see the moon. I don't see the moon rising here, so it must be cloudy here. We're supposed to get some snow during the starting about 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's supposed to be several periods of snow here. So okay. Any more stations want to check in, please call now. Okay, we're going to be doing Friday Night Fun Net Trivia now. This is for the benefit of those who are studying for their first ham radio license. A lot of people listen to us on the scanner because they can't listen to police communications anymore unless they have a very expensive digital scanner. Of course, you can, on your older scanner, you can still monitor fire and EMS traffic there too. So, a lot of people listen to they want to study for their first ham radio license, and other people listen to us just for the enjoyment of it. So, we're going to read questions from the Tech General and maybe a couple from an extra Q&A book. Let's see who we can find here. I'm trying to avoid some of the questions which I've read recently. So, stand by. Okay. Okay, here's the first question. I think I read this a few weeks ago, but I'm going to read it again. When the control operator is not the station licensee, who is responsible for the proper operation of the station? A, all licensed amateurs who are present at the operation. B, only the station licensee. C, only the control operator. D, the control operator and the station licensee are equally responsible. Control operator is not the station licensee. Who is responsible for the proper operation of the station? A, all licensed amateurs who are present at the operation. B, only the station licensee. C, only the control operator. D, the control operator and the station licensee are equally responsible. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
See Charlie.
Somebody said see Charlie. Sorry, that's not correct. I'll read this question one more time. When the control operator is not station licensee, Who is responsible for the proper operation of the station? A. All licensed amateurs who are present at the operation. B. Only the station licensee. Well, C. Charlie is not correct. Is it D. The control operator and the station licensee are equally responsible? Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
I think it's B, Jimmy. AI9R.
Sorry, Tom, that's not correct. Thank you for trying. Anybody else want to give it a shot?
KD9JF, B Bravo.
Sorry.
D Delta.
Either. Anybody else want to give it a shot before I read the question and give the correct answer?
It's got to be Delta.
Delta, you are correct. You are correct. Two stations said Delta, they are correct. When the control operator is not station licensee, who is responsible for the proper operation of the station? Correct answer is D, Delta. The control operator and the station licensee are equally responsible. 97.103A. The station owner is responsible for limiting access to the station. Only the responsible licensees who will follow the FCC rules. Note that the FCC will presume the station licensee to be the control operator unless there is a written record to the contrary. Radio License Manual, page 8-2. Okay, find another one here. Okay, which of the following is required when making on-the-air test transmissions? A. Identify the transmitting station. B. Conduct tests only between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. local time. C. Notify the FCC of the transmissions. D. All of these choices are correct. Which of the following is required when making on-the-air test transmissions? A. Identify the transmitting station. B. Conduct tests only between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. local time. C. Notify the FCC of the transmissions. D. All of these choices are correct. Anybody have correct answer to this question? We got several stations coming in at the same time. Kirk, KD9N, what do you say?
That wasn't me, Jimmy.
A Alpha, Jimmy.
A Alpha, you are correct. You are correct. Those stations said A, they are correct. Which of the following is required when making on-the-air test transmissions? Correct answer is A Alpha. Identify the transmitting station.
Alpha India 9 Romeo.
Identification rules apply to on-the-air test transmissions as well, no matter how brief. The call sign must be given once every 10 minutes and at the end of the transmission. Radio License Manual, page 5. Okay, just a minute. AI9R, are you still there?
Yes, sir. I'm still here.
Okay, I wanted to ask you. I'm doing a survey. Do you like this kind of weather, or would you rather have the hot and humid weather, 95 to 100 degrees?
In the wintertime, I can put enough on to stay warm, but I can't get enough off in the summer to get cool. I spent 18 years in North Dakota.
Oh, okay, so you're kind of in the middle then?
I don't like the Illinois weather, if you want to know that.
Okay, you don't like it. You don't like it any. Okay, you don't like the Illinois weather in the winter or the summer.
It's okay, but up in North Dakota, when it snows in the wintertime. In the summertime, you can go swimming when it's cool, when it's warm. And I have been in the situation where on the 4th of July, we went swimming in Duluth and Lake Superior and had to move ice cubes to get in the water.
I can believe that. I can believe that, especially at that latitude. Okay, son. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll put you down as being in between. How's that?
Okay, Jimmy. That's whatever you want to do. That's fine with me. I like the snow, but I don't like the snow because I have to shovel it. Well, at my age, I don't shovel anymore anyway. So, but yeah, it's a necessity. We got to have it, or something. You know, the bugs go nuts or whatever.
Oh yeah, I hear you. Okay, the con says 8 stations said they like the warm weather. 7 stations like the cold weather. 3 stations are in between. Okay, let's continue on with the trivia. Then we'll find another question here. Just a minute. Okay. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal seems too high or low? A, the AGC or limiter. B, the bandwidth selection. C, the tone squelch. D, the receiver RIT or RIT or clarifier. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal seems too high or low? A, the AGC or limiter. B, the bandwidth selection. C, the tone squelch. D, the receiver RIT or clarifier. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
K9EPZ.
Go ahead, Al.
E is in Delta.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal seems too high or low? Correct answer is D, Delta, the receiver, RIT, or clarifier. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, what type of electrical component stores energy in a magnetic field? A, resistor. B, capacitor. C, inductor. D, diode. What type of electrical component stores energy in a magnetic field? A, resistor. B, capacitor. C, inductor. D, diode. Anybody correct answer this question?
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
Charlie.
C, Charlie, KD9MED.
Okay, I got you, Mike. KD9N, what do you say?
Yeah, it's an inductor. I think that was choice C.
Okay, you are both correct. What type of electrical component stores energy in a magnetic field? Correct answer is C, Charlie, inductor. Inductors store energy in the magnetic field created by current flowing in a wire. Inductors are sometimes wound around a core of magnetic material that concentrates the magnetic energy. Ham radio license manual page 3-9. Okay, let's see if we can find another question here. Okay, why is coaxial cable the most common feed line selected for amateur radio antennas? A, it is easy to use and it requires few special installation considerations. B, it has less loss than any other type of feed line. C, it can handle more power than any other type of feed line. D, it is less expensive than any other type of feed line. Why is coaxial cable the most common feed line selected for amateur radio antenna systems? A, It is easy to use and requires few special installation considerations. B, it has less loss than any other type of feed line. C, it can handle more power than any other type of feed line. D, it is less expensive than any other type of feed line. Does anybody have a correct answer to this question?
KD9EPZ.
Go ahead, Al.
A is an alpha.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. Why is coaxial cable the most common feed line selected for amateur radio antenna system? Correct answer is A, alpha. It is easy to use and requires few special installation considerations. Coax is flexible, is unaffected by weather, and can be routed in bundles and next to insulating or conducting supports. And radio license manual page 4-9. Okay, one moment please. Gotta find one more question here. If I can find it here. Okay. Okay. All right. What are the toughest questions in the tech, general, and extra Q&A? Your tower questions, of course. You new people, those of you who are going to begin your first ham radio license for the first time, someday down the road you're going to be part of a tower climbing expedition. You're either going to be climbing the tower itself or you're going to be part of the ground crew, helping and supporting the guys up in the tower. This question may put you over the top when you come to Freeport and take the BD testing here on the Saturday, February 5th, 12:30 p.m. at Freeport Public Library. This next question might put you over the top as far as getting your the technician's license. Okay. When should members of a tower work team wear a hard hat and safety glasses? A, at all times except when climbing the tower. B, at all times except when belted firmly to the tower. C, at all times when any work is being done on the tower. D, only when the tower exceeds 30 feet in height. Excuse me. When should members of a tower work team wear a hard hat and safety glasses? A, at all times except when climbing the tower. B, at all times except when belted firmly to the tower. C, at all times when any work is being done on the tower. D, only when the tower exceeds 30 feet in height. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
C, AA9EP.
Would you repeat that? Repeat that, please.
C.
You are correct. You are correct. When should members of a tower work team wear a hard hat and safety glasses? Correct answer, C, Charlie. At all times when any work is being done on the tower. Starting with personal preparation, both climbers and ground crew should wear appropriate protective gear anytime work is underway on the tower. Each member of the crew should wear a hard hat, goggles, or safety glasses, and heavy-duty gloves suitable for working with rope. If you are the climber, use an inspected and approved climbing harness or fall arrestor and work boots to protect the arches of your feet. And radio license manual, page 9-19. Okay, that concludes this segment of Friday Night Fun Trivia. We're going to move to the general portion, but before I do, we have a station who just joined us, so I can check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Okay, now we're going to move to the general portion of the trivia segment. Okay. Which sideband is most commonly used for voice communications on frequencies of 14 megahertz or higher? A, upper sideband. B, lower sideband. C, vestigial sideband. D, double sideband. Which sideband is most commonly used for voice communications on frequencies of 14 megahertz or higher? A, upper sideband. B, lower sideband. C, vestigial sideband. D, double sideband. Anybody correct answer this question?
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, 14 megahertz and higher, you use upper sideband.
That is correct. That is correct, Kurt. Which sideband is most commonly used for voice communications on frequencies of 14 megahertz or higher? Correct answer is A, alpha, upper sideband. Single sideband or SSB modulation removes the carrier and one sideband from the double sideband AM signal to conserve spectrum and for improved power efficiency. Amateurs normally use the upper sideband for 20-meter phone operations. Whether the upper or lower sideband is used is strictly a matter of convention and not regulated except on 60 meters where upper sideband is required. The convention to use the lower sideband on the bands below 9 megahertz and the upper sideband on the higher frequency bands developed from the design requirements of early SSB transmitters. Although modern amateur SSB equipment is more flexible, the convention persists. If everyone else on a particular band is using a certain sideband, you will need to use the same one in order to be able to communicate. General Class License Manual, page 2-9. Okay. Okay, what is QRP operation? A, remote piloted model control. B, low power transmit operation. C, transmission using quick response protocol. D, traffic relay procedure net operation. What is QRP operation? A, remote piloted model control. B, low power transmit operation. C, transmission using quick response protocol. D, traffic relay procedure net operation. Anybody correct answer this question?
Let's go with B Bravo, KD9MED.
Okay, WX9RLT, we got you, so let's be fair to everybody. For somebody else trying to get in there, let's just see. Anybody else have the correct answer?
B Bravo, KD9MED.
Okay, Kurt and Mike, you are both correct. What is QRP operation? Correct answer is B Bravo, low power transmit operation. QRP is a Q signal that means lower your transmitter power. Many amateurs enjoy using low power levels for the challenge, relative simplicity of the equipment, and sometimes reduce interference. The generally accepted level for QRP power is 5 watts of transmitter output on CW and 10 watts BEP output on phone. General Class License Manual, page 3-14.
Hey, Jimmy, that wasn't me, that was Ricky.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ricky and Mike, yeah, you both had the correct answers correct. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, boy. Okay. What is the use for an antenna analyzer other than measuring the SWR of an antenna system? A, measuring the front to back ratio of an antenna. B, measuring the turns ratio of a power transformer. C, determining the impedance of coaxial cable. D, determining the gain of a directional antenna. What is they use for an antenna analyzer other than measuring the SWR of an antenna system? A. Measuring the front-to-back ratio of an antenna. B. Measuring the turns ratio of a power transformer. C. Determining the impedance of a coaxial cable. D. Determining the gain of a directional antenna. Anybody correct to answer this question?
K9RFD.
Go ahead, Al.
Determining the impedance of coaxial cable.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. What do they use for an antenna analyzer other than measuring the SWR of an antenna system? Correct answer. C. Charlie. Determining the impedance of coaxial cable. An antenna analyzer's manual will show how to make many useful measurements such as speed line, characteristic impedance, velocity of propagation, electrical length, and so on. These are very flexible test instruments. General class lines of manual page 4-43. Okay, I think I'm going to read a couple more questions on the for the extra Q&A, and I think we'll call it quits as far as the trivia segment goes. Everybody did good tonight. Okay. Which of the following is required in order to operate in accordance with CEPT rules in foreign countries where permitted? A. You must identify in the official language of the country in which you are operating. B. U.S. Embassy must approve of your operation. C. You must bring a copy of FCC Public Notice DA 16-1048. D. You must append C/CEPT to your call sign. Which of the following is required in order to operate in accordance with CEPT rules in foreign countries where permitted? A. You must identify the official language of the country in which you are operating. B. U.S. Embassy must approve of your operation. C. You must bring a copy of FCC Public Notice DA 16-1048. D. You must append /CEPT to your call sign. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
C. Charlie, WX9RLD.
You are correct, Ricky. You are correct. Which of the following is required in order to operate in accordance with CEPT rules in foreign countries where permitted? Correct answer. C. Charlie. You must bring a copy of FCC Public Notice DA 16-1048. Similarly to carrying your amateur license, the CEPT treaty requires you to carry the FCC's public notice as documentation of the authorization to operate. It's also a good idea, and may be required, for you to carry your amateur license when operating. Extra class license manual page 3-21. Okay, those of you who work APRS should know the correct answer to this question by heart. What digital protocol is used by APRS? A. Factor. B. 802-11. C. AX-25. D. AMTOR. What digital protocol is used by APRS? A. Factor. B. 802-11. C. AX-25. D. AMTOR. Anybody correct answer to this question?
K9ZIP.
K9ZFE, go ahead.
This is Kilo 9 Zulu India Papa. I think it's C. Charlie.
You are correct, Joe. You are correct. What digital protocol is used by APRS? Correct answer is C. Charlie AX-25. The APRS system is constructed to use the Amateur AX-25 packet protocol. Extra class license manual, page 8-11. Okay, this will conclude Friday Night Fun Net Trivia for this week. I want to thank everybody for participating. It's good. Any stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net this time, please call now.
DC9GCR, K9FLO.
K9FLO. Good evening, Dean. How you doing?
Good evening, Jimmy. Doing good. It's Friday night again, I guess, and it's cool out, but not as bad as it was this morning. So how's it going with you?
Everything's doing fine. Yeah, it is Friday night. You know what? Here's how I feel. I wish every day were Friday and every night were Friday night. Of course, if it ever happened that way, I'd go crazy. Yeah, this is my weekend as far as I'm concerned. Friday's my favorite day. That's all for obvious reasons. Hey, Dean, we're talking about the weather. I'm asking everybody, do you like this kind of weather, or would you rather have the 95 to 100 degree temperatures in the summertime?
Good question. Wouldn't go for the year-round type of environment, being hot. I like our seasons very much. Maybe a little moderated, but so far it hasn't been too bad of a year. I was just thinking we've got Winter Field Day coming up next week. And about 3 years ago when we went to have it, I think it was 3 years ago when we went to have it, that's when we set an all-time coldest temperature ever recorded in history for this area. That was, I think, 32 or 35 below zero. Needless to say, we canceled the event and didn't have it, so I really don't want to see a repeat of that weather there. Jimmy, go ahead.
Yeah, I hear you. I remember that too. Wasn't Kurt K9MED, wasn't he originally supposed to host that Winter Field Day, or who was supposed to host it?
Chuck, WD9BB. Yeah, normally we have it up at his place in Clinton. And we're all set to go and had the antennas up. But boy, let me tell you, it really got bad, and we said, this is not worth it. And we're not that rugged there, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sure you guys will have a good time next weekend. Yeah, I will more than likely be operating from home. We'll see how many contacts I make. Next Friday, I'm going to have a special edition of the Friday Night Fun Day. I'm going to ask everybody what their plans are for Winter Field Day. And, I do two of these special nets, like on the eve of Winter Field Day, and on the eve of the regular field day during June there.
Sounds good. Yeah, we've done this to be our third or fourth time of doing it, and usually it works out pretty good. Other than that 1 year where we got froze out. But it's a lot of fun. It's a chilly fun, but we get the heater going, or not the heater, the wood burner, I should say, and get Mother Nature helping us out there. And, I get a question for you, Jimmy, about Freeport. Is the Charbroil Grill factory still open there in Freeport, Jimmy?
Oh boy, I couldn't tell you about that Charbroil grill factory. I never even heard of it. Sorry, I can't help you there.
All right, I'm just looking at some history of Freeport and all the different companies and factories that were there over the past, I'd say, 100 years. It's very interesting history. And I know that the Charbroil built their grills there in Freeport up until
very recent, the last few years, and I don't know, they were bought out, or their parent company was bought out or sold, I should say sold, and I didn't know if they kept the factory open there in Freeport or not. That's I was kind of wondering about that. Just sad to see that happen, but I guess that's the way our world works in the business side of it there, Jimmy. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
All right, you're talking about Structo Manufacturing Company. Yeah. I remember when they used to make barbecue grills. I think our first barbecue grill, Dad, when my dad worked there for 20 years, he brought home a grill. Yeah, they would. I don't know what year they went out of business, and I don't know what's in there now. There's some kind of a factory going on there, but no, they would. That barbecue place, the grill factory, went out of business many years ago.
I don't know if this is the same thing or not, because when I was reading it, I got the impression that it was still going up during the last couple of years until this company bought out. They were owned by another parent company, and then their parent company was bought out. I was just kind of curious, and yeah, I remember the Structo for sure. That was there many years, but I couldn't find anything that would. They just said, yeah, it still exists, but they didn't say if it was in Freeport anymore. So I just kind of wondered if you knew. Information moment, I guess, there, Jimmy.
That's okay. We're glad to help out here on this net. So, yeah, they used to, my dad started working there back in 1955. And he was a press operator for many years. In the early 70s, he got to be maintenance working. Yeah, he was there 20 years. Just a couple of days after they presented him with a watch marking his 20 years of service, he developed a cancer. Sad to say, 3 months later, he passed away. Cancer of the esophagus, acute cancer of the esophagus. But yeah, they used to make the toys there, and then they made the barbecue grills there at Structo. My dad worked there for 20 years.
Very good. Yeah, sorry to hear. That's a bad way to go, is have the cancer, especially. But he's not alone. I got a friend of mine, same thing. So not uncommon, but hate to hear anybody having that. But anyway, wanted to jump in there. I gotta jump out of here again. The wife wants me to do something I'm sure is really important. But yeah, catch you later. Take care. 7-3s. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
Okay, so should I put you down as being in between then for hot and cold weather?
Yeah, I'm pleased with the way it is. Probably because I don't have any options there, if I, like moving to Florida or something like that. So I guess I have to live with it here. And so, yeah, I guess I'm an in-betweener there, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good, Dean. Hey, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun then. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. We'll try to get you on the Rock County net this coming Tuesday night. Thank you. I was the very last checking because I was trying to check in that health and checking that here on this repeater. Thank you for checking in, Dean. Okay, the count's at 8 stations to 7, 8 to 7 in favor of the warm weather. 8 stations said hot weather, including myself. 7 stations said cold weather, and in between we have 4. So, okay, sounds good. Are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun net? Please call now.
KC9GCR, KD9HWK, Matt Sycamore checking in. How's it going, Jimmy?
K9HWK, good evening, Matt. I'm doing fine. I was not able to get into the Monday night net. I heard you call my call, but I was not able to get in. You just, I'll tell you what, just go ahead and mention, put me down as an honorary check, and then again, and just mention the Friday Night Fun then. I appreciate everything you do on that net.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
No, I thought I'd just call out there once and see if maybe you'd be able to get in or not.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, I'm asking everybody, this is something I do when we have extreme heat or extreme cold, but what kind of weather do you like this weather, or would you rather have it hot and humid, 95 and 100 degree weather?
If I had my druthers, I'll take the warmer weather. The cold, you know, when I was younger, the cold wasn't so bad, but anymore it's like, you know, if you have to go out and do something, you don't want it to be cold.
Sounds good. Okay, Matt, hey, thank you for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net, and when you're net control, be sure you continue to put in a good word for me on this and this net on your repeater down there.
Yeah, you got it, Jimmy, no problem. Have yourself a good evening, everybody on the net also. KD9HWK, 7-3.
7-3's Matt, thank you for checking in. Okay, 9 to 7 in favor of the heat, with 4 in between stations. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Okay. Now next I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. One moment, please. Okay, in about 25 minutes, if you're able to get into the, if I can find my list here, or what I do. Okay, in about 25 minutes, if you're able to pick up the 443.750 repeater in Chicago, PL 114.8 plus offset, there's the Night Watch net. That net is held every night beginning at 10 p.m. It runs for about, I think one night this week they ran for about 2 hours. Or was it last week? But anyway, it depends on who's net control and how many stations they got. They usually get about, they run for about 1 to 2 hours. So that's what's going on there. But, okay. Okay, tomorrow evening, Saturday evenings at 9 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee, PL 127.3 minus offset. There is a Saturday night fun net which takes place. It's a lot more structured than this net. You got checking A through G, H through N, and so on and so forth. Some of their topics they talked about, I wouldn't even dream of bringing it on the net. I think that was the case this past last Saturday. I said, whatever it is they were talking about, I don't think I'll ever bring it up on this net. But that's the way it goes. So do check out that Saturday night fun net. Saturday evening at 9 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee, PL 127.3 minus offset. The Greene County Aries Racing that meets every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe, the PL of 123.0 minus offset. Scott, K9YI, who checked in this net earlier this evening, is net control. It's a combination Aries Races and Ragtune net. They usually go for about from half hour to an hour and a half. Sometimes they go 2 hours. But that's a good net. If you want, that's a good Sunday night net they run. So do check in that net. The Big Thunder Amp Radio Company holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere with the PL plus offset. The Whiteside County Aries group holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling, the PL 114.8 minus offset. You shouldn't have any problem getting into that repeater. Their antenna is about 200 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police District 1 radio tower. Monday evenings at 7 p.m. on the 146.610 repeater, we have the weekly Monday Night Rah-Rah info net. Larry, K9, KCT, and I share the duties as net control. I think I had the 10 check-ins this past Monday night. The Lee County Aries group holds its Monday evening net, I should say, at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with a PL of 82.5 minus offset. Okay, the Kishwaukee Amps Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb, PL 100.0 minus offset. Matt, K9HWK, who just checked into this net here, is one of the net control operators of that net. Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. On this repeater, we have the first of two held tech nets. The Tuesday evening net is hosted by Larry, Ace9GO, and the Thursday evening net is hosted by yours truly. We ask everybody how you're getting along health-wise, if you have any technical questions, too. Also, at 7 p.m. on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville, PL 123.0 minus offset, the Rock County Public Service group, the Rock County Repair Association holds its Tuesday evening net. I almost missed that net. I was trying to check in the health and tech net. I was the very last check-in of the Tuesday night net. Sorry about that. So, okay. Also, Rick, K9QDP hosts the North America Long Wires net, which meets at 8 p.m. Tuesday evenings on 28.390 megahertz, 10 meters upper sideband. He had 23 on the roster this past Tuesday, and Larry Ace9GO checked in that net for the very first time. That's good. Tuesday evenings at 9 p.m. on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon with PL 146.2 plus offset, the Oval County Amps Radio net, including Harry Skywarn, holds its Tuesday evening net. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have the Steams County Aries net, which I'm the net control. And also, those of you in the Beloit area, at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Beloit with PL 123.0 plus offset, Greater Beloit Amps Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net. Then at 8 p.m. on the 147.390 repeater in Freeport, PL 114.8 plus offset, we have our Wednesday evening swap net. Mel, K9RFD, and I share the duties as net control. I had a total of 9 check-ins this past Wednesday. The Mel, K9RFD, a trustee of the 39 repeater, brings us Amps Radio 15-minute independent news broadcast of old and entire to Amps Radio. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have some sad news to report. as of yesterday, we are no longer holding the Salvation Army SatterNet. There was a decision made by Brandon K9LOA. A lot of members of the EDT, Emergency Disaster Team, have left us. And of course, our fire chief, Brad Liggett, passed away. He was a strong supporter of the Salvation Army. He sat on the board. As a result, we no longer have the Salvation Army SatterNet at 8 p.m. Gene Duncan, W9AXD, is probably turned over in his grave right now. So that's the situation. Okay. I had some other papers. I had some other nets to pass along. If I can find the proper paper work here. I don't know what happened. Oh boy. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. Transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Do we have any more stations you want to check in? Please call now. Okay. Those of you on HF, the Senile Net is held every day, Monday through Friday, from 1400 to 1500 hours Zulu time on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband with Chuck. WD9MED is the net control. Okay. Anybody listening in the McHenry County or Kane County or what have you, since we're not doing the Salvation Army SatterNet anymore, I'm going to tell you about the other SatterNets that usually take place. International SatterNet meets Monday through Saturday at 1500 hours Zulu on 14.265 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband. Central Territory SatterNet meets on Tuesdays at 1330 hours Zulu on 7.265 megahertz, 40 meters upper sideband. Let me repeat. International SatterNet meets on the Monday through Saturday at 1500 hours Zulu on 14.265 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband. Central Territory SatterNet meets on Tuesdays at 1330 hours Zulu on 7.265 megahertz, 40 meters lower sideband. Okay, anybody listening in Boone and McHenry or Lake County, DeKalb County, or Kane County, the West Metro Chicago SatterNet meets on Mondays. That's Monday evening at 7 p.m. local time on the 145.310 repeater in Wheaton, Illinois, PLO 107.2 minus offset. The East Metro Chicago SatterNet meets on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. local time on the CFMC Chicago FM Club 146.760 megahertz repeater in Chicago, PL 107.2 minus offset. Let me repeat. West Metro Chicago SatterNet meets Monday evenings at 7 p.m. local time on the 145.310 repeater in Wheaton, Illinois, PL 107.2 minus offset. And the East Metro Chicago SatterNet meets on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. local time on the Chicago FM Club CFMC 146.760 repeater in Chicago with a PL 107.2 minus offset. You got a rundown of all the other SatterNets which are taking place. Okay. Any more states, now you're all up to date on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters, your member of any ham radio club. By all means, support your local clubs. At this time, any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. One moment, please. Okay, at this time, we're going to do the afters code. Okay, number one, the afters considering you never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasure of others. Number two, the after is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio afters, his local club, and the American Radio Relay League, through which after radio is represented. Number three, the after is progressive. He keeps the station abreast of science. Is well built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. Number four, the after is friendly. Slow and patient sending when requested. Friendly advice and counsel to the beginner. Timely assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the after experience. Five, the after is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows to interfere with any of his duties he owes to his home, his job, his school, or his community. Six, the after is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his community, his country, and his community. That's the after's code, as Tony K9RFD all used to say. Some to live by not only on the radio, but throughout life itself. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, at this time, I'm going to do my honorary check-ins. I already checked in Larry K9KGT. He called me on the phone, asked me to put down as an honorary check-in, and I said I would do so. So we're going to do some more. Okay. N9ARB. N9ARB, Tony, EC here in Steve County, honorary check-in. It's Barry Ab Tracy, N9TAB. HC honorary check-in. Okay, we must forget the Kishwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford. Scott, AA9. Sugar Fox, HC honorary check-in. One of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in often, but he listens every Friday night. Richard, N9CO in Belvedere, HC honorary check-in. K9FEO, Justin, HC honorary check-in. Let's see, he's checking number 34. W9KLG, HC honorary check-in. Let's see. AC9JZ, HC honorary check-in. Brandon, KD9 LOA, HC honorary check-in. John, KD9, OVJ, HC honorary check-in. Oh boy, I don't know what happened there. Count stands at 38 check-ins. Are there any stations like checking the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I would like to thank Dan, N9DCH, the trustee of this repeater, for allowing us to use this repeater for the Friday Night Fun Net when we can't use the 6-1 repeater. There was interference on that repeater tonight, so we decided to move the net here at this repeater. I'm going to run the list of stations that have checked in so far. KF9SD, Pan Warren, checking on the hotline, the early bird and the hotline checking. 8E9YE, Dave, Norberville, Wisconsin. Okay, these are my early bird check-ins. Now these, okay. W9JTC, N9GBP, AA9BU, AI9R, N9DLB, Big Dave here in Freeport. N9SBJ, K9OPC, Bill and Pecatonica, K9HKX, H9GO, KD9M, Kurt Roscoe, it is Duke UTH, AC9NW, AE9JF, WX9RLG, Ricky, K9QPL, KD9MED. Mike was recording this on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page and live stream this on the internet. K9KZT, Larry and Rockford, King of CW. KC9RGD, K9ZIP, WI9WTF, myself, K9GCR, net control. AK9F, K9YI, WP9PTA, N9CUT, K9EPT, K9FLO, K9HWK. And my honorary check-ins, Tony N9ARB and his better half Tracy, N9TAB. Scott, 89SF at the beautiful Kitchawaki River Yacht Club south of Rockford, N9CO, Richard and Belvedere, K9FPO, Justin, W9KLG, Kevin, H9JC, Mike, K9LOA, Brandon, and last but certainly not least, K9OVJ, John and Macon, Illinois. One moment, please. Okay. I got two early bird check-ins. I got total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 20, let's see, 26 on there check-ins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 honorary check-ins, 2 early bird check-ins, leaves a grand total of 38 check-ins. Not bad at all for a cold Friday night. Or do we have 8 more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central here in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at? They better be home. They don't want to be out in this cold. Lockdown! Lockdown! Winnebago County Jail is going into lockdown right now, at 10 p.m. as I'm speaking. Kerry, K9MED, was monitoring the jail frequencies there, and that He was telling me this. Every night at this time, it's lockdown. Oh, geez, speaking of carry, KD9MED, HC honorary check-in, and yes, KD9QDP, HC honorary check-in. That's a Gary and the Rick, K9QDP. Net control of the North America long wires net. Each Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. on 28.390 megahertz, 10 meters upper sideband. So the com stands at 40 check-ins. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun net, please call now. Does anybody have any questions, comments, or input, or any traffic you'd like to bring before the net at this time?
KD9EPZ.
Go ahead, Al.
Did anybody mention that the winter heat is still going on? That's the month-long Vhf Uhf Contest.
Oh no, nobody else mentioned it. Why don't you go ahead and let us know about that?
Okay, well, I'm not an official or anything of it, but I've been enjoying myself working the contest, and it is a simplex only. But it does let you use FM or sideband or system fusion or DMR or any of those formats, some D-Star, as long as it is a simplex contact. No repeaters used, no hotspots, no internet. And for any more information, you can get online at hamactive.com and get all the information you need. I'm currently number 47 out of 1,029 people in the contest, so I'm busting my butt.
Thank you very much for that, sharing that information with us. That'd be great there. So we'll see what happens. Tomorrow I'll probably turn the HF rig on, see about any contest or anything like that. But that's great. Al, if you can, let us know how many if you make any contact. I think that'll be great.
Well, the great thing about it is that it's something that all the technicians can get into. Where the technicians can't get into all these HF contests. This is 2 meters and 70 centimeters, and up above that, 900 megahertz, 6 meters, 50 megahertz. These are the frequencies that any ham, including the technicians, can use. And it's a simplex contest. There's no repeaters involved, and I think it's beneficial for everybody to get some idea of how to operate simplex and how to operate if the repeaters go down. You don't know, what could happen, which could knock repeaters out, and you'd be dependent on using simplex to contact other people.
You have a good point, Al. Well, back only a few years ago when we had the old Winnebago County Aries net there, several times, I think once a month they would, I think it was once a week, before they got on the regular net, they would do a simplex net. I forget what the frequency they'd be on. sometimes I was only able to copy a few stations, but that's what it is. But that's what they used to do several years ago, as you probably know.
Well, like I say, you can have a lot of fun without repeaters. And I'm not saying I don't talk on repeaters. Of course I do, but I also talk simplex, and the simplex, nationwide simplex frequencies such as 146.52 are programmed in my radio in the scan group. So I do frequently talk to people on simplex, particularly as close as I am to the interstates, because I'm not that far from Interstate 39 or Interstate 88. There's a lot of people traveling that are listening to 5.2 in their mobile radios, and who don't even know what repeaters are in use in a particular area as they're traveling across the country. Same thing with over-the-road truck drivers. A lot of them are monitoring 5.2. So it's like I say, everybody should do some simplex operations, and this is an opportunity to see how many contacts you can make and compete, and it lasts the entire month of January. So I'll say again, all the information is at hamactive.com. Even if you decide you don't want to do it, go over there and take a look at what's going on, because a lot of people did a lot of work to get this all put together and everything, and it's a real neat. The logging system is really nice.
That's great. I'll work simplex once in a while. We used to have I think it was last year or something, or the year before, there used to be a Saturday simplex net there. I think it was on 5.2. That kind of went by the boards there, but that was a good net while it lasted. Yeah, once in a while I worked a simplex. Tony Boost, 9RFD, and the late Carl Larson, W9UIJ used to talk simplex all the time. But I think that's I used to be a bird dog. I used to listen to him there.
Oh yeah, I used to talk to Carl on simplex all the time. I definitely miss that man.
I do too. So does everybody. That's why I decided to change the name of the tech portion of this net to Carl, W9UIJ Carl's Corner, because that's what he used to do when he used to run the, when he and Tony used to have the old, the Tuesday evening tech net there on the Monroe Repeater. I don't know if you knew this or not, but several years earlier, back in the late, about 2009, 2010 or something, that Carl used to run a Saturday evening net. It was a tech net on our 440 machine here in Freeport, 443-275.
No, actually, I didn't get my ticket until 2015. But although I've been involved in a commercial and the radio and communications for many years, but the radio I'm talking on, I bought this radio at the suggestion of Carl. He's the one who recommended this IC 9100 to me, and he had one that he was running also. So, definitely a very, very knowledgeable and very enjoyable to spend time with and talk to person.
You bet he was. He will sorely be missed. That's for sure. Okay, Al, thanks very much for that information. I gotta remember to think about this. I probably should when I turn the radio on tomorrow, I should probably listen for tune into the 5.2 simplex and see what I can pick up. Thank you very much for sharing that information with us. Hopefully you'll make a lot of contacts.
Right, I made 29 of them tonight.
That's great. Congratulations. Okay, Al, thanks. Thanks, 7-3, thank you for checking into the Friday Night Fun Net, and we'll talk to you later. Are there any more stations that want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, and your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter at your grocery store. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the counter at your convenience store. Be sure you tell your waiters, waitresses, and bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. When you go to the bank to cash a check, go to the post office, buy a stamp. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter too. Be sure you tell your new car dealer, your used car dealer. Be sure you tell your garage mechanic. Be sure you tell your stockbroker. Be sure you tell your members of the local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, and your imams. Be sure you tell be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives. Be sure you tell your divorce lawyer, your probation officer, your parole officer. Be sure you tell your in-laws, of course, your ex-in-laws, of course, your old ladies about Friday Night Fun Net. More check-ins the better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. I'm sorry, folks, we do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you raise a fist or take a knee when the national anthem is played, or if you burn the flag, we don't take your check-ins. You don't back the blue, we don't take your check-ins. Sorry, that's all there is to it. Okay, there was a great Friday Night Fun Net tonight. I'm gonna run down the final tally here. Let's see, just a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 stations like the hot weather. 7 stations like the cold weather. There are 4 in between. So the hot weather won out. Those days will be coming soon, folks. We'll be here to crank up those fans, ACs, and what have you there. June, July, and August. That's the best time of the year as far as I'm concerned. I want to thank everybody for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. And with that, this is the last call for any stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region. Traffic, please call K9GCR. Last 10:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. 4 hours, 15 minutes Zulu time with a total of 40 check-ins. 7-3s, everybody, and have a good evening. Anybody wants to stick around to ride you, we'll do that too. Who knows, maybe we'll get more check-ins. This is K9GCR saying 7-3s to all, and to all a good night. KD9MED, K9MED, K9GCR.
KD9MED.
Go ahead and post the net there, Mike. Net closed down at 7:15 p.m., 2 hours, 10:15 p.m., I should say. 2 hours, 15-minute net with a grand total of 40 check-ins. Go ahead and post her.
All right, I'll go ahead and do that and shut down the stream.